Let me tell you about a game called Ballistic Overkill from Aquarius Game Studio. Not only for making this game, but you might know them for making Horizon Chase, which has been very popular on mobile, and now Horizon Chase Turbo on PS4 and PC. I'm talking about this game today because I feel like this one's underrated. It's underappreciated. It's overlooked. Whatever you choose to describe the reason why this game isn't more popular than it should be, it would be something along those lines. I'm just really liking this game. It is filling in a gap where the multiplayer experience of just kind of hopping into a game and just immediately start playing, and you can play for hours or you can just play a match or two and be done. Like, the ability to be able to pick up and play this game for as long as you want to play is something that I don't think many multiplayer games are maybe wanting you to do or capable of doing anymore. And this one really straddles a really nice line. It has kind of all the trappings to keep you coming back for more. Unlockable skills, a leveling system, skins that you can craft and unlock. It's really good looking. The shooting feels great. It's got like a really core set of multiplayer modes that like don't overwhelm the players. Like, oh god, what do I play? Okay, you've got deathmatch, you've got free for all, you've got capture points, and you've got King of the Hill. And that's kind of all you need. I mean, I think like capture the flag would be cool, but honestly, these four modes are great. There's just enough team play to or team-based elements to encourage team play. The free for all is kind of that thing where you can just fight to see who's the best. And for what's here, I haven't tallied like all the maps and everything, but it's a $12 game. Like, the barrier for entry is very low, and I'm actually glad it's not free to play. Like, there's something about it being just this kind of bite-sized game that kind of offers a ton of replayability. And you kind of start to see that as you get deeper into like the progression and deeper into playing. What I think is a really cool feature is you don't place on the leaderboards until you play 25 matches and 5 matches of each type. So there's kind of like these requirements to kind of even get your name out there on the leaderboards. So I'm narrating over my gameplay, and like getting these headshots with the sniper rifle is probably like the most satisfying sniper experience I've had in a while. Like, other games kind of get close to this, but it's just kind of cool to just like whip the gun and shoot it and just nail these headshots. I'm using a secondary of a submachine gun with this sniper, and it's like most games that have snipers, they give you a pistol. And while you can customize your loadout to have that, just like the fact that they give this to you from the get-go is just like really great. Games go by really quick, anywhere from like 10 to 15 minutes. Going back to the leaderboard placement, they also have to be valid matches. So they have to like run their course, they have to have like the right number of players in it, and all sorts of stuff like that.
Show some respect.
Now, as I'm playing, I've been trying to kind of like level up each hero, each character, as much as I could get, so I could kind of start to unlock different things for them. Not for the purposes of this video, but because like that's something that I want to do. Like, this game does right by kind of encouraging you to play with certain characters that maybe you wouldn't normally play. just to kind of tailor them to be more in your nature of how you would play. The maps aren't huge, but they're like just big enough that like a sniper can feel worthwhile. So I kind of start to mess around with the other characters because I want to show off like how different everybody plays. This assassin character in particular, once you start sprinting, you go invisible and are hidden from the map. And what makes this character different is that any other character that you play as, when you run, you turn red and appear on the minimap. So this is that one character that has, you know, a leg up on the competition, but at the same time, if you look at the health, it's only 150 health points. So this person's a lot weaker than some of the other ones. But this one is super quick. But again, these submachine pistols are not hitting for a lot of damage. So you kind of have to make every bullet count in order for this to work. And the people that I'm playing against, they've been playing this game for the past year. I hold my own, as you'll see, but some of these people are really good. Ballistic Overkill has like Steam Workshop support. It doesn't seem like too deep right now of like the maps that people are making, but some of them have been approved. You can do like straight up matchmaking, or you can browse a server browser and join that way. Like, it's a PC game through and through, and it's done right, and it's just so bite-sized, and like it kind of pains me to see that this game isn't bigger than it should be, because it just gets so much right for the price point, for what it's offering, and it's got a great style to it too. Like, I'm really liking this art style. Like, the menus and everything is just so clean and crisp, and just so like matter of fact. Like, it's very well designed.
Let's move out.
So I switch up characters again. This is the first hero that you get access to, or not access to, but like this is the first one you see. So it's kind of like, okay, maybe I should try this one. I think what would be cool is if it told you like, okay, this is like an easy character to play as, this is a medium character, hard character. I mean, something that other games are doing to kind of tell you and teach you about like, okay, maybe this character isn't the thing that you should be starting with. But I started with this character. This is a different shotgun than you normally start out with this character, because I've leveled him up. Just, man, it feels so good. You have unlimited ammo, so even though like you see that I've got, you know, now 6 shells out of 6, that I don't only have 12 shells. I will always be able to reload it no matter how long I stay alive. So as you saw, those batteries are the health pickups. So you can, if you take damage and don't die, then you can kind of replenish your health before that happens. So you're always on blue team, and the enemy is always red team. So just kind of, even though I was kind of doing pretty decent here, just the team as a whole wasn't. So we're losing pretty good here. So here I am opening up some loot boxes. You can't buy these, you earn these through playing the game. and in this case it was a pistol weapon skin for a specific character, and they're actually, these lockboxes are for specific characters. So there's another skin, each applied for different ones, and they're placed into different categories. You can collect scraps and then make accessories. Like that element is like really surprising to me. And then you have your loadouts where, you know, based on the level of the character that you've been playing, unlocks a weapon and you can swap it out. So maybe what would be a primary weapon, in one slot, you might want to kind of reverse those slots and you know, like let's say on that assassin character you want the sword first and then the pistols. You can kind of modify that out, or if you don't want the double pistols, you can make it a single SMG, or in this case maybe make the primary weapon a sledgehammer, because why not? And so I've started this other map, and this is probably my favorite map, just because of the kind of wider open spaces, the colors, and the kind of little bit of verticality it introduces that some of the other maps, I mean, the other maps do the balance pretty well, but I feel like because of the open nature of this one, it kind of makes things way more interesting. So on the character that I'm playing as, you actually drop a grenade, like Martyrdom in Call of Duty, when you die. So I find that to be kind of, you can make that a strategic thing. I found that a lot of players kind of forget what each character can do sometimes, and you kind of get yourself into a situation where you can accidentally kill them when they're not prepared for it. Even though the majority of players that I've played against have been very knowledgeable and very experienced. So this mode, if you can't tell, is a free-for-all. So that's why you see like a lot of red in the kill feed, is because it's just, there's no teams, it's just everyone against one another, and this is probably one of the best maps for that. But here's this verticality, just kind of using the space to my advantage. And that dude made a critical mistake of trying to slash me with his sword, but missed. But that sound cue allowed me to turn around and put him away, which, you know, is another element of this game that, like, the sound is really well done, the sound design. So you got to really listen for things to kind of know who's kind of stepping around you, or if someone picked up a health item, you know, so if they replenish their health and you're down, you're probably going to lose that fight. I started living a little dangerously with the sniper rifle here. This character, if you stand still while you have your sniper aimed down sights, then you actually get protection, in the sense of you become invisible. So you kind of get protected by being seen so easily. Except for those who have a keen eye. I think it's cool that it tells you like the skin of the player who shot you. And what skills they have equipped on their loadout. If the game kind of has like a... Oh, I love that shot. That was a good shot. I like playing in a high field of view, so if it kind of has a fisheye look to you, it's because I have it at pretty high, because I'm rather sensitive to motion sickness in first-person shooters. It really depends on the game, but I always play at a high field of view, and I was playing at a higher one, but it didn't look right to me. But I feel like this one gives really good spatial awareness, as well as just comfort for playing. So here I am again, kind of living dangerously because not only am I trying to snipe, but I keep moving. Some habits formed from other first-person shooters that I've played, or other shooters of constantly moving so I don't get hit. But in the case of this specific character, I don't want to move, but I still find myself doing that anyway. That was just some bad luck. That person came down the stairs right as I was passing by, and they were invisible, and I didn't see them right away. But the community here that's constantly playing the game is a really good group of people, and I'm seeing the same names every time I jump into play. And man, I want more people to be playing this game. I think the low ceiling for getting in to play this game, I think the fact that it's accommodating to players of all skill types. You know, I've played first-person shooters for almost 20 years now, and I'm sure there's people who are playing this game or are playing games in general these days that are just getting into them. And I feel like this game, with its skill system and the leveling, really kind of blends those two types of experiences together in a way that balances everything out. I feel like I should have got that guy, but it's alright.
Area secure.
So, I figure if invisibility is what's getting me, then I will use invisibility as well. So I only got an assist because someone else had killed that player.
One more victory. I have
Ballistic Overkill is just such a fun game. Like I am having so much fun playing this game whenever I jump in. Like even if I lose, like I have had fun playing it. Like matches don't ever feel one-sided either. I mean, you can lose rather handily, but they don't ever feel like it's too much. And even if you do lose, you don't feel like let down by any of that. Like you're willing to just, oh, what a good shot, right? It was worth it. Like I killed that guy, but dying to that was fine. But you don't feel like downtrodden by losing.
Stick to the objective.
I'd like to see this game come to consoles. I think there should be some cool stuff that happens with that. I don't know how likely that is, but if you have the ability to get this on PC, I would definitely do that. If that so happens to be a sale, then fine. That's fine by me. But again, the $12 price tag, like, how can you really argue with even that? I like this gun. I haven't leveled up enough to kind of that I haven't seen anything better. I have the secondary sniper that I was using. That is what I switched out to because that's what I unlocked. But I'm going to be kind of sad to get rid of this assault rifle because for a starter assault rifle for this character, it feels very strong. Like it's suppressed. It's not very powerful compared to the assassin sniper. But man, it gets the job done. That was a very satisfying headshot that I had lined up. Like the fact that that guy was just sitting there, like I liked being able to take the time to make that shot. But like, just look at how easy it is to just kind of pick up this game and play. Like I was placing like top 5 in free for all like within like my first hour of playing. I don't do that well here, or better than that here, but you know, it's just such a unique experience now, because you've got all these involved shooters that are out there, and there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes you just want something that's a little dialed back. You want something that is just a little bit simpler, and not in a bad way. You just, sometimes you're just in the mood to just play a game, and you just don't want to get too involved in maybe either the social aspect of it or the meta or whatever it may be. Maybe matches take too long, you know. This is a bite-sized game for a bite-sized price, for a bite-sized experience, and I really just cannot recommend it more. I really want more people to be playing this game. So if you have the chance, check out Ballistic Overkill.